Hello. We're thanking our military heroes today in front of a pretty special Nebraska monument. If you don't live in Nebraska, or if you don't follow college football, first of all, why not? Or maybe you just live under a rock, you might not know about this building behind me, but that's a shame. We're standing in front of Memorial Stadium, the home of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. On game days, this place actually becomes the third largest city in our state. Yeah, we're football crazed here. Our kids grow up idolizing our coaches and our players. Kids step on the turf here during their favorite elementary school field trips, and good luck finding someone who doesn't own a piece of Husker gear. It's a quasi-religious experience for our people. But more than that, Memorial Stadium represents something great about this state. It represents personal responsibility, the power of volunteers, and a desire to honor the men and women who defend our freedom. The history of Memorial Stadium starts with the first football team, a truly ragtag bunch. UNL football got popular in the 1890s, although at first our team played under a volunteer coach. By World War I, we had outgrown 2 fields, and Nebraska alumni decided we needed a stadium. They put plans on hold to win a war, but then returned in full force in 1922. Some 48,000 Nebraskans fought in World War I, many of them, including Roscoe Dusty Rhodes, captain-elect of the football team, didn't make it back home from that war. When the war ended, students on campus started fundraising for the stadium to honor Dusty and other soldiers killed in the fight for freedom. They called themselves the Nebraska Memorial Association, and they boldly campaigned for the Nebraska Soldiers and Sailors Memorial. What happened next is a perfect example of community action and Nebraska artwork. From the get-go, the effort to build the stadium fell to everyday Nebraskans. The state government actually withdrew its funding, but that didn't stop these volunteers. Signs around campus encouraged students to donate, be fair, do your part. And they did. Within a year, students and alumni pledged enough support to approach the bank. That's when the larger Nebraska community stepped up. In 1923, First National Bank President George Holmes took a risk and issued a loan based only on subscriptions, on pledges, and on future gate receipts. Turned out, it was a pretty good investment. Other members of the community came on board as well. The architects selected by the Alumni Board decided to donate their services, designing the stadium for free. We built Memorial Stadium to remember men and women who sacrificed their strength, their time, and sometimes their lives. No wonder their example inspired generosity and volunteerism across the state. When Memorial Stadium was finished, it had 31,000 seats, and it cost $430,000, which is about $6 million in today's currency. We did it all ourselves. No government funding required. Every penny. Nebraskans dedicated the stadium to the soldiers who fought for America. On each corner of the stadium stands inscriptions to those men and women, as well as encouragement to our athletes. The heroism of battle inspires virtue on this field. You can read the words on the columns: courage, generosity, fairness, and honor. Those principles still lead and guide Nebraskans in war and in service, at home and abroad. We honor our servicemen and women who lay down their lives with courage, generosity, fairness, and honor. And we apply those same principles in our communities, taking responsibility on ourselves to build institutions that are important and lasting, institutions that help our neighbors, institutions that matter. That's the spirit of Memorial Stadium, and that's why we're here today outside this memorial, to thank our men and women who have served us and to thank their families. So, thank you for your service. We hope that this sea of red is a continual monument to your courage and service forever. Go Big Red.